The story begins by showing a scene from 1995 where four friends are hiking in the mountains. One of the friends is named Paul. This place was very old. Some tribal people see him and the temple there, which they like a lot. When they all reach the top of the mountain, Paul hears a strange voice, and this voice could not be heard by anyone else. He follows the voice and moves forward when suddenly he falls into a pit in front of him. Seeing this, his friends run to him. One of Paul's friends climbs into the pit using a rope. Then he sees that it is a cave. He finds Paul, who was sitting very calmly and lost in thought. Paul is chanting a mantra. A skeleton is seen in front of him, which is very unusual. This skeleton was also much larger than normal. Not only that, but there were many other skeletons around it, which were the size of ordinary people, and they were all bowing to the large one. Seeing this, Paul's friend doesn't understand anything, so he goes to Paul. Here, Paul says to his friend, without moving, "Please stay away from me. If you try to touch me, you will all die." But how could Paul's friend leave him alone in that cave? So he picks him up on his shoulder and takes him out of the cave. Ahead, he sees a wooden house where they all bring Paul. 2 days have passed since they arrived here, and it has started snowing on the mountain. That means these four people could not leave. Some time passes, and now Paul leaves one friend behind, while two friends go out to find food. And Paul was still not in his senses. Then Paul's friend notices an instrument playing music in his hand, which he starts playing with his friend. And when he looks outside after a while, he sees a strange black shadow. He goes out to see who it is, but the shadow starts moving toward him. Paul's friend gets scared, comes back into the house, and quickly closes the door. Now that shadow comes to the house and starts knocking on the door, which makes Paul's friend very scared. But after a while it leaves, and when his friends return, he tells them, "I saw a scary shadow outside," but both say, "There is no one outside." Still, he was very scared and trembling badly. Now it is night and everyone goes to sleep, but in the middle of the night, Paul wakes up and starts whispering something in the ear of the friend who stayed with him, and when his eyes open in the morning, they see that Paul is gone and no one knew where he went. And when they open the door and look outside, they see Paul's footprints, so they follow his footprints and find Paul, who was sitting on the edge of a rock and holding the same instrument which he was playing. Seeing this, Paul's friend, angry at him, says, "Why did you come here without telling us? Do you know how worried we were about you?" But Paul does not answer any of his words. Instead, he starts chanting the mantra again. As soon as he chants, the friend who Paul whispered to last night loses control. He attacks his two friends and kills them. After killing them, he stares at Paul, and Paul was also looking at him, and then he takes his own life. It seems that Paul had controlled these three and caused their deaths. The story jumps forward 23 years, and we see a scene from 2018. Here we meet a man named James, whose wife and son died in a car accident, leaving him suddenly alone. James works at a security shop and misses his family a lot. Then James goes to a hotel and shows a birthday coupon, though it was not his birthday that day. The coupon's date was 3 days ago, but the hotel staff accept it and give him free food. Now he goes straight home from there, and his friend's daughter named Amanda comes to meet him. Here they both share their grief, because on the same day, Amanda's dad and James's wife and son died. James knows Amanda's mother very well, and that's why Amanda sees James as a father figure. She tells James, "I am completely broken after my dad's death, but now I understand that this whole world is just a thought. It is not real at all. The truth lies only in our thoughts." After saying this, Amanda leaves. The next morning, we see Amanda's mom. When she goes to Amanda's room, Amanda is not there. Her mom checks the bathroom. Amanda is not there, but a message is written on the mirror. "The empty man made me do it. The empty man made me do it." But seeing this, she does not understand anything. So she calls James and the police. Seeing this, James starts investigating. After investigating, he finds a pamphlet from an institute in Amanda's room with the word tulpa written on the back. So the next day, he meets one of Amanda's friends. While Amanda's friend is sitting in her car, she sees a shadow. Seeing this, she gets very scared. Then she explains that all our friends went to a bridge where Amanda told us about the empty man, and she said he is a very old legend here, meaning he does not exist in reality. He lives only in people's thoughts. And whoever sees that shadow in their thoughts, that shadow also speaks to them. Those who believe in the empty man also worship him, and he fulfills their desires according to their beliefs. And those people have complete faith in him. Later, her friend says that Amanda also told her that if you blow into an empty bottle on the bridge in the evening and think about the empty man, he will enter your life. The first day you will only hear his voice. The second day you will see him. And on the third day, he will find you himself. She says that at Amanda's urging, we blew into the bottle and thought about the shadow, the empty man. And then we heard a strange voice. And the next day I saw Amanda whispering something in a friend's ear. After saying this, Amanda's friend gives the address of another friend and leaves. James visits all those friends' houses, but he finds no one there. But at one friend's house, he finds another pamphlet like the one in Amanda's room. Then James goes to the same bridge where all the friends blew into the bottle and thought about the empty man. James finds an empty bottle lying there, which he picks up, blows into, and thinks about the empty man. After doing this, as he starts to leave, he hears voices coming from under the bridge. So he goes under the bridge through a tunnel. James sees the bodies of Amanda's friends hanging there. Those who followed the bottle rule at Amanda's urging were all killed. And the same message was written here as on Amanda's bathroom mirror. Now James does not understand anything, so he tells the police about it. Now Amanda's friend who told James everything also suddenly dies. And judging by appearances, it seems they killed themselves. But James does not believe this at all, so he investigates further. He searches the Institute and the word tulpa on the internet. After researching, he learns that the Institute is part of a cult group, and those people believe that by thinking about or focusing on something, it can be brought into reality. Before doing all this, James goes to the Institute, where he is given a form. Everyone who comes here to join must fill out this form, but James does not fill it and moves on. As he goes further, he sees the head of the Institute giving speeches to people. The man's words were exactly what Amanda's friend told James, and he says at the end that this is the message of the empty man, meaning he was also promoting belief in the empty man. After the speech ends, James meets the head and asks about the empty man. The head says that it is a kind of power, and the empty man fulfills the wishes of believers as long as they have complete faith in him. Hearing this, James does not pay much attention and goes to find Amanda, as he still knows nothing about her. James asks a boy about Amanda, but he does not know much about her. After that, James starts searching for her everywhere, and then he sees some people sitting in one place. They were staring closely at a black paper on the wall and listening to a recording played nearby. Seeing this, James does not understand what they are doing. As he moves forward, he sees another room where many people were sitting on chairs and calling out to the empty man. But James is thrown out of this place. When he comes outside, he finds the same boy he asked about Amanda earlier. Now the boy says that Amanda has been sent to another campus for training, which is in the jungle, and if you want to find her, go there. But it's better to stay away from these people because they are very dangerous. But James was not one to be scared. He had to find his friend's daughter Amanda somehow. So he goes to the jungle. When he arrives, he finds a cabin filled with many files. One of them was Amanda's and James's. But when James sees his file, it is completely empty. When James goes to another room, he sees many video cassettes lying there. He plays one and watches it, showing some people experimenting on a man. A strange kind of magic was being drawn from that man. It seemed someone was being placed inside him, and in a few moments, something enters him. James had been in this cabin for a long time, and now it is night when voices start coming from outside. When he steps out of the cabin, he sees many people chanting mantras around a large fire. James watches them closely when the fire suddenly grows larger and rises upward. Seeing this, James gets scared. But those people had already seen James now. To kill him, they start moving toward him. But to save his life, he runs away with his car. After this, he goes to the police station and tells them about the cult, but no one believes him. So he goes to Amanda's mom and tells her that Amanda is part of a cult group that believes in the empty man and worships him. Then he gets a call, and someone whispers in his ear. After the call, James tells Amanda's mom that the cult people are very dangerous. They can do anything for the empty man, and they have killed all those kids. Your life is also in danger, so I want to take you to a safe place." Saying this, James takes her with him. Actually, they loved each other but could never express their love. James leaves her in a hotel and tells her to stay here. "You will be safe here." At night, James wakes up. Then he sees a shadow coming toward him. James tries to attack it, but the shadow disappears. The next day, when James reaches the office of the Institute, he sees the same boy who told him about Amanda going somewhere with some people. Seeing this, James starts following them. They arrive at a hospital. Then James follows them inside. He sees all the people bowing to a man lying on a bed who has been in a coma for many years. Seeing this, James does not understand anything. And when the boy comes out, James grabs him and asks, "Why did you send me to the jungle?" The boy says, "My group told me to send you there." James asks about the man. The boy says the empty man speaks to us through that man, but James does not understand anything. So he returns to the Institute. He goes to the place where all the files were kept. James finds file number 14, and this file was the largest. Now, as soon as James opens this file, he is completely shocked. He is surprised because this file is not anyone else's but James's, containing all the information about his family, and it also had the same birthday coupon he used 3 days ago to get food. The file also had pictures of James, which completely surprised him, but all this was beyond his understanding. So he returns to the hospital and starts looking closely at the coma man. Then he goes to the reception and asks the lady, "Who is that coma man?" The lady says, "I do not know who he is. He has been in a coma for the last 23 years. And now when James goes to the man's room, he sees Amanda there, taking care of the man. Seeing this, James asks her, "Who is this man?" Then Amanda tells him that the empty man has been searching for a man for 500 years, through whom he can speak to us, and for the last 23 years, the empty man has been speaking to us through him, because this is his choice. This man was possessed by the empty man 23 years ago, and he is the means of communication with the empty man James now calls Amanda's mom. But surprisingly, she refuses to recognize him. Now we learn that this coma man is none other than Paul, whom we saw at the beginning of the story, hiking with his 3 friends. And Amanda tells James that his body has become very weak, so now we need a new body for the empty man, meaning a new host through whom he can speak to his followers and fulfill their wishes. Here, Amanda also says that this time we have chosen you for the new body, and the memories in your mind that you think are real are completely fabricated because we created those memories for you. That's why nothing like this ever happened in your life, because we made your life for the empty man. That's why my mom didn't recognize you, because she doesn't even know you. And what you think that my mom and you love each other, I planted that memory in your mind, because the shadow of the empty man or the host needs emotions like fear and embarrassment. All this is very important because that body is perfect for the empty man. That's why the empty man can tolerate all this. And this kind of body is called a tulpa. And from now on, you are our new tulpa. Hearing this, James starts to suffer. His mind shifts from this place to that place where, 23 years ago, Paul was sitting in front of that scary-looking skeleton. And now, as soon as he sees that, the empty man possesses James and takes him under his control, causing James to become unconscious. When he regains consciousness, he goes back to his house, and now he was fully convinced that I am no longer human but a tulpa, the host of the empty man. And my new body was born 3 days ago because I and my memories were created by that curse, which was everyone's imagination. They were placed in my body to make me suitable for the empty man, and when I became completely like this, meaning the tulpa was finally in me, it meant it was James between Paul and the empty man. And now James runs to the hospital where Paul's body was in a coma, and James shoots him and kills him. And as soon as this happens, everyone in the hospital bows to James, meaning now they will worship the empty man through James. And now James will kill every person who thought about the empty man, but did not believe in him or was afraid of him, as he had been killing people since then. Now James's character was designed so that those who believed in the empty man first imagined James's character in their minds, then brought him into the world, then planted memories in him to make him perfect for the empty man. And after this, when James's body weakens, they will recreate all this in someone else's life, and this story ends here. Hope you liked the video. See you with the next recap. Thanks for watching.